Hi there, this is Arthur King, and welcome to the podcast. Have you ever tried fixing your hair for a night out? That feeling that you used a pomade and a hair dryer just to make sure that you fix your hair according to a style that you just love. Then try your best to protect it from other people trying to mess your look up. Then you open the door. The wind, not visible to the side. Without any warning, blew past through you, leaving your hair in havoc. You wanted to protect it or fight back, but how are you able to do so when you can't even see the wind? Now, I know that this might not be the best example for what I am trying to share with all of you today, but this is the best that I can think of. This is also what I feel when I am or when I see someone being attacked by a troll on any social media platforms. The world has finally evolved into something more connected. We are now in a state where we can easily contact anyone around the world, satisfy our cravings by a simple tap on a screen. We can relive history by a subscription from an app. More than anything else, we are at a point where we can pay things virtually, paying online or even pay something using a barcode from your phone. Seems like we are getting more of technology right now. And by the word more, I mean more that would also include the people created to attack us. Most of them are not real, but the effect that they create to the world is seen, felt, and it is real. According to Wikipedia website, the definition of the word troll is a person who starts flame wars or upsets people on the internet. They post off-topic messages in an online community with the intent of provoking readers. And their reason? It's either for their own amusement or for a specific gain. Now, from an online recent study, men are more likely to engage as online trolls due to higher level of narcissism. In the study, attended by 570 people, they were asked to rate themselves on a 13-point narcissistic personality scale. They rated themselves and their usage of Facebook. The researchers from Goldsmith Universities were able to find out that men are more motivated to use Facebook antisocially. This means that they are fine to badmouth other people online compared to female users. Though we don't want to be gender specific here, but it is more likely that the person or that someone who's trolling you is a male. The whereabouts of trolls is too general and wide. They are hard to locate, but certain countries are really famous. Governments around the globe actually hire trolls to shape the perception of the people towards their politics. There are certain countries who are on top of these trolltastic schemes. The following countries are known globally for having lots of unknown accounts, having same script and ideology being disseminated all over their respective countries. The giant company Microsoft surveyed countries that gauge the digital civility on a 100-point scale. This activity measured online threats that also included bullying and personal leaks. On the 6th spot was United States, having only 55 points. 5th was Denmark with a trolling score of 62. China came 4th with 67 points. Brazil was a 3rd placer at 71. A close friend of China, Russia, came 2nd with 72 points. And having the most trolltastic score of 78 is South Africa. Though I may not care about the activities of any other countries, but knowing that trying to attack, bully, and shaping the minds of other people for political gains are something that should not be practiced. Try to think of it. These countries are big, powerful. They are usually the ones who create the trend all over the world. If smaller countries look up to them and follow their strategy, then the whole world will be following a sham of a fad. I do know that we have analysts regarding such activities. We have people trying to understand the algorithm of the internet users and activities. I mean, this created jobs as well. But if such expertise are used in a way to downplay the society, then this is wrong. The effects are already in the community, and it is disheartening when you try to project it on a larger scale. Now, here are some of the scary things that a troll can actually affect our society. Number 1. Misleading information. When paid internet users try to create a reality for the benefit of a certain entity or an individual, that may lead into serious wrong info. Have you ever been into an online website and checked on an item? It caught your attention, so you rushed to the specifications, then to the reviews. It gave too many positive feedbacks. Eventually, you gave in. Click checkout. You waited for the item, so excited about it, then upon its arrival, to your dismay, it was not how you expected it to be. Then you went to the review section again and realized that almost all comments sounded the same. Like it was just one person writing everything. You've been a victim by a paid online user. Number 2. It covers the truth. On a political standpoint, government officials can hire a vast number of people to be their online army. Instead of pointing out a certain truth or reality, these people try to spread accomplishments of the government to mask what is really happening. This has been effective in China. There is this so-called 50 Cent Party. They are internet commentators who are hired by authorities of the People's Republic of China in an attempt to manipulate public opinion to the benefit of the Communist Party of China. It was created during the early phases of the internet's rollout to the wider public in China. There was even a news report coming from New York Times, according to the unfounded accusation which report says has been widely shared on popular Chinese social media platform Weibo. The novel coronavirus, according to the news, was introduced to China when 300 US military members arrived in the Wuhan region for the Military World Games in mid-October and infected the local population. Well, none of the service members who made the trip have tested positive for the virus. As you can see, this example simply shows that trolls can be used to mask reality. Number 3. It makes you emotional. I think it's just fine if the emotions that we are talking about is happiness. But no, we are talking of the complete opposite. Online trolls attack internet users that they actually hurt you emotionally. You will feel sad, lonely, and doubtful about yourself. December of last year, while I was reading some articles online, I commented on something, and in return, I had harsh feedbacks. They even tried taking some of my old photos and attacked me according to how I looked on those photos. If my emotions were weak, then I could have had felt so bad and disconnected myself from the World Wide Web. Number 4. Makes you the worst version of yourself. Well, we have to go back to the example I just stated earlier. I fought back actually when I got that comment from a troll. I trolled back. That's the line. I trolled back. Although no accurate photo was available on the troll's page, I created an image or a perception of the person, saying bad things as well, and degraded the person's existence. It was a really long conversation, and I actually ended victorious. The troll deleted his comment, thus taking all the comments away. Yes, you heard me right. I used the word victorious. That was my few second thoughts. But then I realized I became a rude person there. I became a troll. I acted like one. We can actually go on and keep on giving out lots of negative effects of trolls in the society. But how do we actually turn a troll down? How do we kill them? What are the best ways to do this? Number 1. Never engage. Do not respond to any of their claims even when you have the facts, and even if you are right. But you may ask, what if you thought the person was okay at first and then it was later then you realized it was a troll? Then stop. Disengage instantly. Right away. This is where the famous line comes in, do not feed the trolls. By the way, folks, don't forget to click on subscribe and like this episode. Feel free to follow me on Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Number 2. Report and block. This is one of the best things that you can do because this actually disarms them, potentially making them useless. They may recreate and use multiple accounts, but technology now can detect an activity from one user. Sooner or later, that person may even be blocked from the site. Once you see that the comment is a personal attack, then report, then block. Easy as that. You kill the troll virtually. Number 3. This is going to be a bit harder. Ignore. Simply ignore the post or comment of the person. Even if it is a hurtful comment, just ignore. Showing the troll that you are not affected by what they said is the best revenge that you can ever give. We all know that whatever generation we are in, it is obvious that love conquers all. And hating someone, even a troll, is something that we should not be entertaining. The best Bible passage I remember is Matthew 5:44. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. This is the best passage for you to carry with yourself, especially when you are facing a trolltastic day. Instead of planting the seed of anger in your heart, remember that you should be praying for that person behind that whatever screen they are on. When you have the urge to fight back and feeling like you can be equally evil to a troll, let 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 be your verse. Do not repay evil for evil, but on the contrary, bless. For this you were called that you may obtain a blessing. Most likely when this verse pops in your head, you'd stop right away from retaliating. But what if the comment was too harsh that it already affected your emotions? Go ahead and remind yourself with Psalm chapter 55 verse 22, cast your burden on the Lord and He will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. When you're hurt because people attack you, God should always be your comfort. He is always our shield and our strength. So have faith, for He's in control. Everything in the internet is not everything. Sounds confusing, right? What I'm trying to say here is that your life should not literally revolve in the internet. It is just a tool for us to have a better life. If it does not fit the claim, then stay away from it until you are able to use it just as a tool. Never use something that will cause you pain in the long run. God allowed the creation of the internet for our happiness and not for sorrow. There goes our podcast for today. Thank you for staying this long. This has been Arthur King Live. Hakuna Matata!